Hi, Miss Koppel is my favorite teacher because she makes me love math and she brightens up my day every day.
Coach Del Torre is my favorite teacher because he's a good mentor.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Slattery because he's caring and he helps each individual student.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Prowlis because he's funny.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Curtis because he teaches good.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Science because he's really helpful.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Nigro because he's chill.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Nuttall because he teaches me math.
Mr. W is my favorite teacher because he's laid back.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Novak because he makes things creative and makes learning fun.
My favorite teacher is Coach Saylor because he pushes us to our limits.
Ms. Schultz is my favorite teacher because she's cool, fun, pretty chill.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Hatch because he teaches Spanish, and if you want to take Spanish, he's a teacher I would recommend.
Miss Blaine is my favorite teacher because she is awesome.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Galish because he cares about my future.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Campbell because she's really funny.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Pruitt because he helps everybody on campus.
Miss Calamari is my favorite teacher because she cares about all of her students.
My favorite teacher is Miss White because she chooses to push students out of the goodness of her heart.
My favorite teacher is Miss Placencio because she's fun.
My favorite teacher is Miss Perales because she makes class fun.
My favorite teacher is Miss Piercy because she's really funny.
My favorite teacher is Miss Cloud because she explains her actions.
My favorite teacher is Miss Steininger because she assigns really fun books to read.
Miss McClellan is my favorite teacher because she's kind and caring.
Mr. M is my favorite teacher. He helps me a lot. Mr. Carroll is my favorite teacher because he's my dad.
Miss Montaigne is one of my favorite teachers because she's very compassionate about her teaching.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Weeks because he's so enthusiastic.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Sotheby because he's really funny.
My favorite teacher is Miss Mattis because she's really nice.
Mr. Osborne's my favorite teacher because he's very enthusiastic about his students.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Morago because he's very devoted to his students.
Mr. Huff is my favorite teacher because he's really flexible and works really well with students.
My favorite teacher is Miss Stangler because she gets the students involved.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Wright because he is creative and he likes to help us out to our best ability.
My favorite teacher is Miss Colton because she makes the class interesting.
Mr. Thomas is my favorite teacher because he makes things fun and interesting.
My favorite teacher is Miss Shaina, and because I could trust her.